Good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports. Here I am for my 7th Mariners game. Let's see if that is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's not the 7th Mariners game. Actually, it is. It is my 7th Mariners game of the season. That means the magic number is 93. So I'm going to do this full game. And we've got the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. But before we even get into this game, we have some very bizarre things happening to the Mariners. We've just learned that Victor Robles is on a possible 10-day IL with second opinion yet to come. There's still more details that are to materialize. And also, it seems that George Kirby's making some kind of progress. Matt Brash and Troy Taylor making progress. But unfortunately, Mariners may be without one of their rising outfielders, Victor Robles, for the foreseeable future, which is why Dom Canzone has been called up. I was hoping it was Ty Locklear so we can move Luke Raley to the outfield, but I guess they feel that Dom Canzone, with his defensive range coverage abilities, they feel, yes, I'm still sick. They feel that they can get something out of Dom Canzone. So Mariners are not off to a good start. They are 3-7, unfortunately, which is very unfortunate because the Mariners, man, they were 3-4 going into the road trip, and now they are, oh boy, they are now 3-7. Yeah, they're 3-7 because of the sweep to the Giants, which was, it was very embarrassing to watch. Like, after Victor Robles made that heroic catch, the Mariners bullpen just couldn't hold it. Brian Wu couldn't even hold the lead either. We got some comments already in. Daniel Barry, thank you for being a member for the last 9 months. Dodgers lose to the Nationals. Well, not my problem, but hey, Dodgers. Now it makes sense why the Dodgers visited the White House, because they were playing against the Nationals. So location-wise, it made a lot of sense. Where we saw Shohei Ohtani shaking hands with the great, shaking hands with President Donald Trump. Yeah, I'm sure going to get canceled for that one. And also shook hands with Mookie Betts, one of the best players on the Dodgers. It's crazy to think that they have like 3 former MVPs all in one team. So now the game's going to be starting. Game's going to be starting in about 1 minute. Yep, taking all my medicine, everything I can to make myself feel better for tomorrow. Because tomorrow is one of those hashtag don't quit your day job kind of thing, which I still got to feel better. And it looks like we are back from the commercial break. And speak of commercial break, let me show you a commercial on how you can save $20 by using SeatGeek. Here it is. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. All right, so we are still waiting. Let's look at the starting lineups for the Mariners. We've got Julio Rodriguez will be leading off. Unfortunately, don't really like that idea. Jorge Polanco, Randy Arozarena at left field. Polanco's DHing. Cal Raleigh, we got Luke Raley starting at right field tonight. Randy Arozarena left field. Cal Raleigh catcher. Luke Raley right field. Rowdy Tellez first baseman. Why just put in Canzone then? Dylan Moore at third base, Ryan Bliss at second base, and J.P. Crawford at shortstop. Randy Arozarena had the game-tying double in the 9th yesterday, but unfortunately that celebration, which he literally did, was very short-lived because not only did Victor Robles get hurt, but also the Mariners gave up the game-winning run. And now we got Jose Altuve up to the plate. And this first pitch will be brought to you by SeatGeek. Yeah, Giants are red hot. Absolutely, indeed. We got Logan Gilbert looking to do his first pitch. And here is the first pitch, and here it is. And that is up high for a ball, and we are underway here at T-Mobile Park. Jose Altuve is batting .359 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs this season. And now here's the pitch. And that is up high for a ball again. 2-0 for Logan Gilbert. Last time out for Logan Gilbert, he unfortunately did suffer the loss to the Tigers. Mariners couldn't give him any kind of run support. Astros leaders Altuve with 14 hits. Altuve and Pena with 2 home runs. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. Toss over the first, and it's in time. Mariners are hosting the Houston Astros on its first of 3 games. And next up to the plate is we got Isaac Paredes. And after that, it'll be Yordan Alvarez, Christian Walker, Jeremy Pena, Caratini, Diaz, Myers, and Dubon. And now the pitch to Paredes and the pitch. And there's a ground ball foul. That was a hard ground ball, but it went foul. It was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball by Logan Gilbert. Isaac Paredes this season's batting 242 with 4 RBIs. It's almost like that would be a good Mariners player. As we're looking at 0-1 by Gilbert, the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball missing, and that's going to be a 1-1 count on Paredes. As we're looking at 3-1. And now the 3-1 pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Dylan Moore. Toss over the first. And had to scoop it up, and that's going to be in time to make it 2 outs. And now next up to the plate is going to be Yordan Alvarez, the Mariner killer. And if you really want to see how Yordan Alvarez does against the Mariners, oh, you will be in for, well, let's see how he does against the Seattle Mariners, because he usually hits pretty well. He bats .314, 70 hits, 15 home runs, 57 RBIs in 59 games. Now we're at game 60. Now here's the pitch, and that is low for a ball. And this is a guy you do not want to mess with one bit. Yordan Alvarez, though, is off to a shaky start, batting .182 with 1 home run, but he does lead the team with 7 RBIs. And now next up, and now here's the pitch. And that's going to be missing for a ball. 2-0 on Yordan Alvarez. Alvarez will always be remembered as the guy who ruined the Mariners division series run in 2022. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. And little do people know, the Mariners' Eric Bedard trade was somewhat connected to the Yordan Alvarez acquisition to the Astros with the Josh Fields trade. And I will send you that link to that video if you want to take a look. And here is the link in the pitch. Inside, that nearly got Alvarez, and that is a 3-1 count on Yordan. Either he lost control or Gilbert was trying to have to do a little pushback. I wouldn't do that on a 2-1 count, though. And now we are looking at the 3-1. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. That was a nasty splitter on Yordan Alvarez. And now we're looking at a full count, 3-2. Alvarez career against Logan Gilbert, .280 with 7 for 25 and a home run. So notably, Alvarez has hit a home run against Logan Gilbert. And now the pitch. And that is a foul ball. As we're looking at 3-2. On Yordan. And now here's the pitch again. And that is inside for ball 4. And Yordan Alvarez will get on base with a walk on a 3-2 full count. Now we got next up to the plate, and that's going to be Christian Walker, and that's going to be a foul ball. Christian Walker, one of the big acquisitions for the Astros to play for first base, but he has a struggling start, batting .194, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. So he hasn't really done much for the Astros this season. He has a strike on him, though, the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. As we're looking at 1-1. And now the pitch. And check swing, did he go? He did not. Looking at 2-1 for Christian Walker. And the pitch. And check swing. Yep, he went around. No doubt about that one. That's going to be a 2-2 count. Logan working on a 2-2 is approaching pitch number 20. He's at 17. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. That nearly hit the dirt for strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, it is no score. We got an extra large pizza for delivery. While he makes that pizza, what's up, baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video. And start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April. The offer goes through April, so today... If you go to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza, or if you happen to live near Snoqualmie and you're in the delivery range, you can get 50% off everything off the menu, especially on Monday. So take advantage of the deal. It's a great deal. 50% off for high quality pizza. Why not? And my chatbot, Nightbot, should be getting to work real soon. He'll give you the menus details, which is already provided. Should be in the description of the video. And if it's not, let me know and I'll fix it. Actually, I'll just check it myself because I'm not lazy. Looks like it's not there, but the Nightbot will get you covered. He'll text you that in moments. And now we got the Mariners up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And he chases that one. That's going to be a foul ball. And thankfully, that is out of play. Julio Rodriguez is leading off for the Mariners. Unfortunately, because Victor Robles is out for the foreseeable future, it's still unclear how much he's going to miss it. I mean, my bet is he's going... I think he will serve more than a 10-day IL. Here's the pitch to Julio again. Swing and a miss. That was a big swing and a miss. He was definitely going for that home run, and that's going to be strike 2. Next up, 0-2. And Wesneski is the pitcher, and he's actually on my fantasy baseball team, so maybe he'll do some damage. And now the pitch to Julio. And that's going to be a foul tip. And don't forget, Wesneski is more of a bullpen guy, so it could be a bullpen day for the Astros. So this would be a very opportunistic game for the Mariners to win, as we are looking at 0-2 for Julio Rodriguez. And now here's the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 1-2 for Julio Rodriguez. And also, the goal for donations is going to be $50 for this game. And also... getting close to 2,500 subscribers. I'm 18 subscribers away, so let's also make that happen. And now the 1-2. And now here's a fly ball to right field. That's not going to get anywhere deep enough, and that's going to be 1 out. It's caught by the right fielder. Hayden Wisniewski. His first game was against the Giants. Went 5 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks on 88 pitches. So for a guy that gives up some runs, you would think that this would be a great chance for the Mariners to do it. And now we got Jorge Polanco, who's off to a great start, batting .450. Now the pitch. And that's a big curveball, and that is going to be a strike. As we're looking at the 0-1 for Jorge Polanco. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a big swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Polanco 0 for 2. I mean, he has 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. He is easily the best hitter on the Mariners, but the question is, can that last? Remains to be seen. He's playing designated hitter because he has limitations on his defense, as we are looking at the 0-2, and now the 0-2 pitch. Low for a ball. That is going to be 1-2 on Jorge Polanco. That hit the dirt clearly. Surprised he didn't swing at that, to be honest with you. As we're looking at 1-2 for Polanco. It's going to be pitch number 9. And now here's the pitch. It's a ground ball foul. Still on strike 2. Polanco's still fighting it through. Been hitting quite a bit of foul balls. And now we're looking at the next pitch. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. Now here's a ground ball fouled again, and we'll try this again once again. As we're looking at 1-2. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. Now here's a fly ball line drive, and that will be caught by the right fielder. And that's going to be 2 outs. Hey, Jonathan, how's it going? Thank you for being here. Yeah, I hope so too. We need a quick recovery because I don't think the Mariners can exactly call up Johnny Farmelo or Laz Montez. I don't think they're ready to get called up anytime soon, unfortunately. I'd love them to, but it's just not realistic. Now here's Randy Arozarena up to the plate, and now the pitch. Now here's a line drive, and that is going to drop in for a base hit as Randy Arozarena gets on base with a single, and he's actually the 3rd batter today because they're going to make Cal Raleigh the cleanup. I think that's more appropriate anyway. Randy Arozarena had a nice connection, and it got to right field. It bounced. Outfielder made a last-minute decision not to dive for it because he didn't want it to get past him. Now here's Big Dumper up to the plate. Big Dumper hit the home run yesterday to make it his 2nd home run of the season. He's hit a home run on the right side and the left side of the bat. Throw over the first, and not in time. Randy Arozarena yesterday, he hit that game-tying hit, but unfortunately it did not last long until the Mariners lost on the walk-off. Now here's the pitch to Cal Raleigh. Up high for a ball. Did the runner go? No, he was pitching out. And now we've got a 1-0 count on Cal Raleigh. Longest base streak for Mariners catchers, Cal Raleigh with 23. It was once owned by Dave Valley. Then it was Mike Zunino, Dave Valley, Mike Zunino, and Dan Wilson. And now here's the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. Looking at pitch number 14 for Cal Raleigh. I'm sorry, for Wisniewski. As we're looking at the 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a liner slapped, and that is going to be, I think that's just a foul ball. Yup. I've lost count how many times the Mariners keep hitting these foul balls. I wonder if I can make a video saying the Mariners have a foul ball problem, which they clearly do. That was slapped really hard. was a nice hit. That would have easily gotten Randy Arozarena in. But we're going to try this again. And on my prediction, I think he's going to strike out. We're looking at 1 and 2. Now here's the pitch. Runner goes. That's going to be a ball 2 and no throw to second base. Barely ball 2. So Randy Arozarena's at second base. And now we've got the go-ahead run at second base. Runner in scoring position. Good job by Randy Arozarena to get that stolen base. Because now we're looking at 2 and 2 for Wisniewski. And now here's the pitch. And that is a foul ball. He nearly whiffed at that one. Still strike 2, 2 and 2. Cal Raleigh is really fighting this off. And now we're looking at 2 and 2 for the big dumper. And now the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be fouled again. Cal Raleigh really wish that one-liner was a fair ball to possibly get in Randy Arozarena, but it just did not happen, unfortunately. Now we're going to try this again and again and again. As we're looking at 2 and 2 for Cal Raleigh, has an opportunity to bring in Randy Arozarena. And now the 2-2 pitch. Now here's a ground ball. Diving stop is Christian Walker. Tossed over the first, and that is barely in time to get him out. And that is going to retire the side. Great stop by Christian Walker to prevent a run for the Mariners. And it really does make me feel like this. Yep, it really does. And we go to the top of the second inning. Still no score.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you.
Wonder what happened to my commercial. Here, I'll just play this.
Are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my
Yeah, something is happening. It seems to be freezing. Now I gotta check my feed and see if it's okay. Check it myself because I'm not. Yeah, something is happening. It seems to be freezing. The accounts, and they have over 55,000. Checking it on my end and see how it went. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining, and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available. Seems to be working on my.
And thank you.
Okay. That was weird. And now it looks like we are back from the break. Logan Gilbert allowed 5 hits. 4 of them were off sliders, and 1 of them was off his 4-seam fastball. Now we're looking to see what Logan Gilbert can do to stop the next parts. We got Jeremy Pena, Caratini, the catcher, and Yainer Diaz. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be missing it for a ball. Logan Gilbert with a slider, four-seam fastball, curveball, and a splitter. Now here's the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that's going to be caught by Randy Arozarena. 1 out already. Happened a little bit quicker compared to the last inning. Happy to say. And now we've got 1 out. Next up to the plate is going to be Caratini. Caratini is the catcher for the Houston Astros. I don't have him on my team, but I think I do have someone on my Astros other than Yordan Alvarez in the pitcher today. I have Yainer Diaz as DH for today, and that is going to be a strike. I also have Christian Walker on my team, so I have a lot of Astros on my team. Victor Caratini, career against Logan Gilbert, 2 of 11, but one of them is a doozy with a home run. And now the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. And the pitch again, and that's going to be low for a ball. As we're looking at a 1-2 count. We're looking at 1-2. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Ryan Bliss. Toss over to first. And in time. That's going to be 2 outs. The quicker inning this time, as you would say, as you would think. Cal Raleigh Platinum Glove Bobblehead tomorrow and Wednesday. Why am I even promoting it? It's not my business. And now we got next up to the plate. It's going to be Yainer Diaz, the other catcher and designated hitter. He's off to a horrible start. He's batting 0-7, not even a buck. He's batting 0-77 with only a home run. And now the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. Gets out of Cal Raleigh's glove, and we're looking at 2-1. And now the 2-1 pitch. Now here's the ground ball back and fouled. As we're looking at 2-2. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball, and that gets away. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Hit the dirt, but it's going to be a strike 3 either way, and that's going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the second inning, no score. We got an order for a Hawaiian pizza. While he makes that pizza, what's up baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video. And start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April. Still on commercial break at the moment. Commercial break still going on. And yep, Kyle Tucker's on the Cubs, indeed. And we are back from the break. And now here is Luke Raley up to the plate playing right field. And that's going to be a curveball for a strike. I really wish they played Tyler Locklear instead. I don't think Dom Canzone really has much of an upside anymore at this point, as we're looking at an 0-1 and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that was a chaser, and that's going to be strike 2. And now the pitch. And that got him. I believe it did. Nope, did not get him. So that's going to be a 1-2 on Luke Raley. As we're looking at 1-2. And now the pitch. Now here's a blooper, and that's going to be caught. Not even a blooper, one bit. And that's going to be out. That was caught by Jeremy Pena. And now up to the plate is going to be Rowdy Tellez, batting .067. Very concerned is all I can say. The ownership and the management, they really procrastinated. And now the pitch, they didn't even finish their homework. That's exactly what the Mariners did, which was very frustrating. And now we're looking at next pitch. Now here it is. And that is just outside for a ball. And that's going to be 2-0 count. This is probably the best at bat I've ever seen out of Rowdy Tellez so far. I didn't even see him hit an RBI single from the A's game. Now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for ball 3. I would say if it gets close to you, step into it. I know that sounds harsh, but how else are the Mariners going to produce runs at this point? You can't. On deck is Dylan Moore, the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. Why did you think that was a ball, Rowdy Tellez? This is just how bad this Mariners offense really is. Now we're looking at next pitch on a 3-1. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be foul ball, strike 2. Just to think that Rowdy Tellez could strike out off of a 3-0 count, which is very, very much possible. And there it is. Sahara Pizza. There's the menu, 50% off and 25% off the bowling. As time has been called. As I've been drinking tea and water all day. And also taking these throat sprays. Just for a chance to feel better for tomorrow. As now we are looking at a 3-2 in the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. If I were the fans, you better be booing Rowdy Tellez. No boos at all, but Rowdy Tellez striking out on a 3-0 count is pathetic. On a 3-0 count is more than unacceptable. Like, how? And now we got Dylan Moore up to the plate. He has 2 home runs already this season, batting .368. And now we got Josh. And Josh, we talked about it. Sending you the link. And once you're in, I'm going to delete it immediately because I'm going to have fun with you on this show. I was looking at the 0-1, 1-0, and that is popped up and fouled. Oh, there he is. Yep, he got here as fast as he possibly can. How are you doing, kid? Astro boy?
I'm doing all right. I'm happy to be out of class.
I would too, as we're looking at 1-1.
Last 20 minutes, they
were
were
debating
pitch about politics.
Oh, isn't that great? Why
Yes.
are politics always in the classroom? Like, I remember like 10 years ago or even 15 years ago, you get in trouble for even entertaining it.
Yeah. Oh, got my Astros.
1-2. And it's popped up and fouled. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You got to do it. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch, and that is up high for a ball. Still looking at a 2-2. Yeah, crazy thing. Rowdy Tellez had a 3-0 count, and he still struck out. As we're looking at 2-2, the pitch.
Mr. Burger
Now here's
King.
a fly ball popped up to left field. I think that's going to be Alvarez. And Jordan makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. Still, no runs, no hits, no man left. We're going to the top of the third inning. And because I got the Nightbot to talk about Sahara Pizza, well, here you go.
We just got an order.
While he makes that pizza, what's up, baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video and start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April. Yep, the offer does certainly go through April. And also, I have some softball highlights from last year that I will be showing. It says, "You are welcome, Christian. Hopefully, you will be able to keep him." Yeah, that's going to be the big question. He's going to be an impending free agent. So the question is...
he's going to be so expensive. And yeah, I wish we could have kept him, but honestly, it was a smart idea to just... Because we knew we weren't going to cough that money up to keep him.
You wouldn't have kept a player of that caliber because he is one of the best players in all of baseball.
He's amazing, but the one thing that Jim Crane does is he doesn't like to keep sentimentality. And it has shown that most players, after they leave the Astros organization, they have a few good years, but then they just kind of fall apart. Like Correa and Springer have not been the same ever since they've taken their Astros uniforms off.
Yeah, I mean, we can agree to that.
And Cole has had good ups,
that
but he's had a lot of painful downs.
And we are back from the break. Pitch to Myers, and that is going to be a strike to Jake Myers. On my fantasy baseball team, I have quite a bit of Astros on my team. I have Yainer Diaz, Christian Walker, Jordan Alvarez, and the starter for today, Wisniewski. And now the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. Barely made it in. That's going to be strike 2 for Jake Myers. As we're looking at 0-2.
I did also like a picture that someone had sent from the game. The Mariners have actually put up on one of the out-of-town scoreboards. It's the final game in college.
Check swing. Did he go? He did not, and that's going to be a 1-2 for Jake Myers. As you're aware, the Mariners are completely depleted in injuries. We got George Kirby still recovering, Matt Brash still recovering, Troy Taylor recovering. Now we're talking about Troy Taylor. Not Troy Taylor, Victor Robles now the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-2. And that's why Mr. Krabs is saying, you guys might be losing tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. and the next. Phone call, Mr. Plankton, and the next day. And the
Might
next
as well
day.
just execute Order 66 on the whole thing.
Pretty much. We got popped up and fouled. Just like I had to Order 66, the troll, yesterday. Like, he'd said things it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I was really trying to not block him, but then as soon as he went for, I was like, nope, sorry, you're fired.
You're fired.
As we're looking at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Now here's a fly ball to center field. Need some communication there. Ryan Bliss is going to make the catch as he was running backwards. And that's going to be 2 outs. Logan Gilbert's on 36 pitches. They're showing Jen Mueller right near the Mariners dugout. I'm not even paying attention what she's talking about. Oh, Victor Robles was placed on a 10-day injured list. Shoulder dislocation for now is what they're saying.
Well, he was messing with his wrist. I'm all like,
that's what I was. That just doesn't add up. I think they're just doing that to buy time. And then they're going to say, okay, here's the 60. Because they don't want. They still want the second opinion from their doctor.
Yeah.
And then once they get the second opinion, it's like, okay, 60 days. Just
yeah, because then it clears a roster spot.
Yeah. So they didn't want to jump to conclusions yet, but I still think I'm betting it's a 60.
That looked like, because I saw the replay of that looks like a 60-day entry. It would be a miracle if it's not.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly. And the sad thing is Mariners don't really have anyone in the system that would be available to play outfield like right now in a good way. The pitch, big swing and a miss by Dubon. They called up the uncan zone, but I don't really have hope for him. He can maybe play range coverage in the outfield, but he has absolutely no bat.
Yeah.
He has the most beautiful home run swing, but the problem is it never happens. And when he strikes out, it's like the ugliest swing I've ever seen.
Hey, you could be like former Astro John Singleton. The guy was literally, if you saw him at an at-bat, the dude was pimping all of his hits, even if it was a pop-up. You're just like, well, power to you, man.
Yeah, I guess. As we're looking at 1-2 for Dubon from Gilbert. Jose Altuve will be on deck. As we're looking at 1-2. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field, but Luke Raley's going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs.
Had some wild games today.
Very much have. And now up to the plate is Jose Altuve.
I remember when he was like the only good thing on our team.
Yeah, along with, what was it, Chris Carter?
Or, what was it, Carlos Lee, like at the end of his career.
Oh, Carlos Lee. Now the pitch. It's big swing and a miss by Jose Altuve, and that is strike 1. And if you're a WHL hockey fan, you got the Thunderbirds and the Everett Aqua Sox game on the way. It's only been a few minutes in the first period. This game just literally started. Now the pitch.
Come on, NHL. Houston Aeros. I know you want to do it.
I don't. I don't know.
Well, honestly, it's kind of weird that they haven't tried Houston before.
Right. As a expansion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Honestly, they should have given Houston a chance when they took in the WHA, but
Swing
they
and
were
a miss,
only
strike
one
2.
of Canadian teams. And Hartford won out because, Hartford has a bunch of hockey fans already, so Houston got the short end of the stick.
Ouch. The pitch. Now here's a lazy swing by. He kind of reached for it, and that's going to be a foul ball.
Well, at least he hit it foul.
Yeah, I could have struck out on that. Wish he did.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at a 1-2. And now the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball. We're looking at a 2-2.
Okay.
Now we're looking at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball fouled again.
Working some pitches in here.
Yeah, it's gonna getting up to almost up to 50 pitches. So I am getting a little bit nervous. That means Dan Wilson's gonna have to use the bullpen, which seems to be typical. And we're still looking at 2-2.
Another foul.
And the 2-2 pitch. And fouled again. That's gonna be still 2-2.
Could be like Ronald Blanco in yesterday's game where he literally made it 1 2/3.
The 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a 3-2. So we're looking at 3-2. And now the pitch. And here's a popped up to right field. Is Rayleigh going to make it? I don't know in the sliding effort, but he doesn't get it.
It was close.
It was very close.
There we go.
As we are looking at 3-2, and now the pitch. And now here's fly ball popped up, and that's going to go straight to J.P. Crawford as he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. As we go to the next inning. Yeah, but I think it's going to be a bit more than that. Gunny Studios. Hey, guys, just join and listen to the game. Any updates on a Robles injury? They're saying the 10-day IL. That's really it. That's all they got to say, really.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
While he makes that pizza, what's up, baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video and start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
Yeah, you saw the video, looked bad. Yeah, shoulder looked bad, but we thought it was going to be the wrist. And if it's a shoulder, I think I could see it as a 10-day. But if the wrist is actually bad, we're talking 60, because that's what Ken Griffey Jr. had in 95 when he caught the ball. His wrist hit the wall, and that caused a 60.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is, it's literally been 30 years almost. So maybe I can make a prediction, bold prediction. Now the pitch and a foul ball. So maybe Mariners can make a crazy run of 2025 to honor Ken Griffey Jr.'s injury with the wrist with Victor Robles. They'll rally behind that. 0-1. And that's going to be in there for a strike, and that's going to be 0-2. But the biggest problem is Mariners don't exactly have the same personnel and talent level as the 95 team did, so probably not.
And Victor is no Ken Griffey.
No, not even close. Even Julio can't even get to Griffey's level. He never will. He can if he wants to.
Can get there.
It takes a lot.
Just talent and team leadership.
He didn't really have leadership, though, as we're looking at 1-2. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Pena. Toss over the first. And that is in time. He literally just flicked it, it seems like. And that's going to be 1 out. Yes, did they not have Derek Jeter too? What? What are you trying to ask? Of course, the Mariners didn't have Derek Jeter, but they had A-Rod in their farm system.
Yes. No, Jeter's all I'm pretty sure he was
Ground ball right to Altuve, tossed over the first in time. And now it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez. And if I were him, just bomb it. I don't care. It's 2 outs.
You just try to murder the baseball.
Yeah, especially when you're 2 outs because you have no protection. After that's like Polanco, Rosarena, Cal Raleigh, They're not exactly number 1, number 2. They're more like 5 or 6 guys.
But in this team, they are 1 and 2.
Fly ball. I know it's sad, but they're not supposed to be.
Hey, it could be like when Pena used to be our number 2 guy. That was weird.
Carlos Pena?
Jeremy Pena.
I guess.
He's more of a mid to late in the order guy. He usually does better there than he does as
0-1. Oh, he just had to chase that. And that's going to be strike 2 on Julio Rodriguez.
He's channeling Jose Altuve. He's channeling.
Pretty much. Guy just likes to chase everything.
And I'm all like, but Altuve for most of his career has been a contact guy, not a power guy.
He turned into a power guy.
He did, because he felt that would help the team.
And he's a Venezuelan escape, the 0-2. And he didn't swing at that one. So that'll get a slow clap.
Oh.
I know, I'm serious.
Oh, no.
We're looking at a 1-2. And now the pitch. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, that's why I was laughing, because I saw it on MLB.com. I saw where the pitch went in the box. Oh my gosh.
That was so bad.
Yeah. Even Altuve wouldn't swing at that.
This is why Julio is the best baseball player when he wants to be. You know what? I'm showing off my highlight.
Nope.
And that was the most intense game I had.
Go. Okay.
That was a strikeout. But yeah, the Julio thing. What Julio is, what he should be doing is exactly what Bobby Witt is doing.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Or you learn how to be a contact hitter and then you get the power.
Yeah, let the power come to you, especially when you're in T-Mobile Park. Like, that's why I'm tired of this whole, Marine layer, T-Mobile Park. No, you got to learn how to adapt. Oh, batters. Nope, you have to learn to adapt. The other teams seem to figure it out.
Yeah.
Still on commercial break. I can see why you're laughing. The moment you started laughing, I was like, oh, he struck out, didn't he?
And it was an embarrassing strikeout.
And we are back from the break, and they are showing the big Ferris wheel in Seattle. I've actually yet to ride in it. It's very overpriced, and I don't like Ferris wheels. I think Ferris wheels are overrated because it stops once in a while. Then it goes up, stop. I'm good. The pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. That's going to be Isaac Paredes, who was part of the Kyle Tucker deal.
Yeah.
As we're looking at the 1-0 count on Paredes.
His name has been one that I've heard pronounced so many different ways.
And a liner and fouled. Also, 17 subscribers away from the magic number of 2,500. Also, the magic number of 100 streamers, 93. Still a long ways to go as we're looking at the 1-1 for Isaac Paredes, and now the pitch. And that is outside for a ball, 2-1. Still nothing for the Thunderbirds and the Everett Silvertips. If you're a WHL, it's a minor league hockey team. And now the 2-1. And that is a strike. 2-2. Sometimes I wish that we were together when the Julio and Hector Neris. That would have been funny. And you would have watched me have a meltdown after that inning.
Yeah.
Instead, you were just in the chat box as we're looking at 2-2. And now here is the pitch. Now here is a ground ball. Right. Oh, and he bobbled the ball. And that is exactly why Tellez is a designated hitter and not a first baseman. I thought it should have been a routine play, but it just went, oops, he kind of Roger Dorned it. Come on, Tellez, get in front of the dang ball. You just let it.
Yeah, I was like, when I was looking at the field view on MLB.com, it shows the baseball and it looked like it just bounced up in the air.
Yeah,
I'm all like, what is it doing?
Can we call up Ty Locklear?
No, we need Mr. Burger King to, win this for us.
Yeah, which he is. I just made it on Twitter. Ty Locklear, please. And that's going to be Yordan Alvarez who takes it for an 0-1. And this is a dangerous hitter. He has hit a home run off of Logan Gilbert, and he does hit well against Logan Gilbert. Yeah. And now the pitch.
Have like his cycle game
for a ball.
Again.
Yeah, but with Mariners still won that game.
Yeah, but it was nice to see him get a cycle.
It was. I saw that home run. I was like, oh my God. Literally off the facade of that upper deck. As we're looking at 1-1 for Yordan. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Actually, that's an uncharacteristic chase job by Yordan Alvarez. The ironic thing is, as much as the Astros are my bitter rival, Alvarez is actually my favorite player in all of baseball. I don't even know why. Oh, yeah, he grew my YouTube channel. So as we're looking at a 1-2, and now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Alvarez, and that is going to be 2 outs, I believe. I hope it's 2 outs. Is it 2 outs? Nope, it's 1 out.
It's just 1 because of Burger King.
Burger King boy. Looking back on track for that 18-inning marathon. No, thank you. As we're looking at Christian Walker up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. And that is an 0-1 count.
Oh, also the basketball game that's going on right now. It's Cougars 48, Gators 44 with about 8:30 left to go.
Oh. As we're looking at 0-1 and now the pitch. And that is a strike. There's only 3 reasons why I know anything about Houston college sports. Andre Ware, David Klingler, and Kevin Cobb. That's literally it. Oh, and Case Keenum.
Yeah.
So 4 reasons. And was this also the same Houston Cougars with Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler? Five
Slamma Jamma.
Five Slamma Jamma as we're looking at an 0-2.
Made it all the way to the championship, and going into that championship, they just completely beat the crap out of every team, and then they just ran into the
Georgetown.
Yeah,
and it happened in Seattle too. That's why the 94 NBA Finals was sweet for Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yep.
As we're looking at 1-2. And I believe the Rockets are the last team as a 6th seed to make it all the way to the NBA Finals and win and sweep The Orlando
Of course,
Magic.
yeah,
have won
of course,
two.
it's the Magic.
Oh, and the ball gets away, and that should be a free base to second base. Nope, it's not going to be. So, what's your memories on 97? Wait, you don't have memories with 97.
Well, because I wasn't alive.
Okay, but what do you remember after reading it up where they literally traded the whole thing for Charles Barkley, a very old, broken back Barkley?
Honestly, it's not surprising. It happens more than you think.
And then Scottie Pippen didn't work out. And now the pitch.
Well,
Check swing. Did he go? Did he go? He did go. That's going to
Yep.
be 2 outs.
Well, and Pippen was just trying to prove he could win without Jordan, and he got close several times, but he just
Only
couldn't.
one time with Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed, they were trying to blame the refs, saying they gave the Lakers too many free throws. But when I was looking at the highlights myself, Portland was taking way too many jump shots. They started getting comfortable playing lazy basketball, no screens. It's like, oh, Pippen for 3, miss. Smith for 3, clank. Wallace, jump shot, clank.
Yeah.
So Portland still had a chance.
One of my favorite, like, looking back on the Rockets was the 81 finals. How the heck did they end up in the finals?
Wasn't
Moses
no, it was 80,
Malone?
No, it was 80. Oh, yeah, that, yeah.
Where they had a losing record going into the playoffs.
Yeah. The
Somehow
Sonics
beat the
made it to the
Lakers.
Western. Sonics made it to the Western Conference Finals with a losing record in 87, I think.
Well, and also with the just switching over to baseball, thinking of losing records, that's one reason why I kind of just discount 2020. The Astros were literally 1 game away from being in the World Series,
That would have
and
been
they
insane.
had a losing record.
Would have been insane if they made it. And the Mariners missed the playoffs by only like 2 or 3 games to the Astros. As we're looking at an
Now,
0-1 and a swing and a miss strike 2 to
I
Jeremy
would
Pena.
have laughed my head off had the Astros made it and beat the Dodgers.
There could have been a chance, but they didn't have Jordan, I think.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, he was out with injury.
Yeah.
And they didn't have Verlander because he was out with his
0-2.
Tommy John.
Oh. That's going to be 1-2.
Which really
And 20
takes his chance at 300 wins.
I think 2020 was around the time when everyone thought that the Houston run was going to be over, and then 21 and 22 happened. And
Yep.
Houston's still somewhat hanging around.
Yeah, Houston's in that space that if they could get lucky, they could make a good run.
1-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3 again. And that's going to retire the side. That is strikeout number 4 for Logan Gilbert, number 5. And he is actually on fire. And interestingly, they say the win probability for the Mariners is 62. Yeah, don't even
18
bet
innings
on
or
that.
bust.
18 innings or bust. And
Be
now
right
let's
back.
get
I need to
it.
go check
Yeah,
it out
you
then.
you should.
We got an extra large pizza for delivery.
While he makes that pizza, what's up, baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video and start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April. Yeah, what are you waiting for? 50% off the entire menu on Monday and Tuesdays. Kevin Kirby, Roddy Tellez needs to be off this team. Can't even field. LOL, by the way, random. Would you rather win a game 1-0 with no offense or lose 10-9 but be raking on offense? I'll take the 1-0. I mean, I think anyone would take the 1-0. Yeah, I'll still crap on the team, but it's like, okay, well, at least we got the win. 10-9, I'll be crapping on the team even further. But yeah, good question. I like that question. And we are back from the break. And next up to the bat is going to be Jorge Polanco, the best hitter on the Mariners, which is really sad to say. He's batting lefty for today. And now the pitch to Jorge Polanco. And that's going to be low for a ball. Polanco is now, he's 0 for 1 so far. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball popped up. Going to be Christian Walker. And he makes the catch. What do you think of Can's zone move? Jay Trident said maybe Ben Williamson. What do you think about that? I didn't like the Dom Can zone move. I would have either given it to Ben Williamson, Cole Young, if only he was ready, or Ty Locklear, so you can, of course, move Luke Raley to right field and let Ty Locklear, one of the better defensive players on the Mariners. Kind of sad to say that, but it's kind of true. But I thought Dom Can zone was a waste.
Yeah, I think they're right now just throwing darts at a dartboard and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, and Can zone's not even in the lineup either.
Canzone will be here for a little bit, and if it keeps getting worse, they will probably hit panic mode.
I already hit panic mode. I hit panic mode even before the Giants series. I felt.
Oh my god, the Giants series, that was also embarrassing for the Astros as well. Out hitting the opponent multiple times.
0-2 for Randy Arozarena, and that gets away, and that's going to be ball 1 for Arozarena. Yeah, Williams does play really sharp defense. The question is can he play with a bat? He may need he may need that torpedo bat, and even then the torpedo bat may not even be enough. As we're looking at 1-2 for Randy Arozarena.
Because I don't think they can afford a Jake Myers situation where you get solid defense
up high for a ball,
not much else.
Looking at 2-2. On Arozarena. And now the pitch. Inside for a ball. That nearly got him. And that's going to be 3-2.
Okay, that cold strike was really outside of the strike zone.
As we're looking at 3-2 and the pitch. And that is strike 3 called. Technically, it was in the strike zone. And that's
that one was in. It was the second strike that was really out of the strike zone.
CJ, how many KS my boy got? Oh, Ks. Logan Gilbert, he has 6 or 5. He has 5.
Yeah.
Bark at the park. Bring your dogs to the Mariners game, which I would never do that. Too much unpredictable thing. We got ground ball, shortstop, throw to first in time, 1-2-3 inning.
What?
Why, is he on your fantasy team, CJ? Sounds like he is. Oh, for the plus money. Well, if you win the plus money, would you spend some of that winnings to my YouTube channel donation?
Florida Houston is tied.
What quarter or half?
It is still it's in the second half, 6:30 left to go.
Wow. I can see why maybe less people, maybe that's why less people are on my game today. They just decided to watch the basketball game. Can't really blame them, though.
Well, the Mariners actually did a cool thing. One of the out-of-town scoreboards has been changed out for Houston, Florida.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, they know, you got a Houston
things.
Audience there.
Talk about pander job.
Hey, I think it's a nice, good taste.
You know what would be a good taste? Make the
Winning.
Astros play the evening games tomorrow or on Wednesday. Make them suffer on the plane scheduling. Of course, MLB would very frown upon that.
Yeah.
Because who wants to fly at night? Hell no.
No one does.
Flying at night is awful.
Well, you know what would be nice is bring back the Minute Maid sponsorship. I love my Juice Box t-shirt.
Yeah. Oh, no, what about Enron? We got to bring back the Enron.
Which fun fact about that is if it wasn't for Enron, they would not actually be playing at that location.
Wow.
Because what ended up happening is during the Bud Adams fiasco with the Oilers, the Harris County was all like, okay, our other teams need some new stadiums, and so we're going to look for places. And so with the Astros, they were kind of just planning it out, but at first it was going to be next to the Astrodome or on the Astrodome itself.
Wow.
But what ended up happening is at the same time
back
that
from
was
the break,
there was some revitalization efforts in downtown Houston, because downtown was very much like a dump back then. And one of them was to revitalize this old train station.
And that's why we have this stadium, huh?
Because what ended up happening is Enron said they would sponsor the stadium if it was in downtown. And so they just merged the two projects together.
And that is a strike.
And
first period is, yep. As first period has ended for the Thunderbirds and Everett Silvertips, it is still 0-0 after the end of first period. And the 0-2. And that's going to be low for a ball. That's going to be a 1-2. Yep, right now it's 58-55 Houston. As we're looking at a 1-2, and now the pitch. And a ground ball right to Rowdy Tellez. Doesn't bobble it this time. And he tosses it to Logan Gilbert. Okay. So that's going to be 1 out.
He's at 73 pitches. How far do we think he's going to go?
I think he gets one more inning.
Hopefully.
Because Houston has made him work a lot.
Yeah. Though that's not unusual. A lot of times Houston gives him fits, even if they don't get a lot of hits.
That rhymes. And now it's going to be the pitch. And this is to Yainer Diaz, and that is a strike. As we're looking at 0-1 for Yainer Diaz, playing designated hitter. 74 pitches for Gilbert. He's been pitching well, but been pitching a lot. The pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul. It's going to be 0-2. And CJ, he is 1 strikeout away to get number 6. So maybe he's 2 strikeout away. As we're looking at 0-2. And now here is the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be just outside for a ball. And that's going to be 1-2. So we're still looking at 1-2. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball again, and that's going to be 2-2. Yainer Diaz is fighting on a 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to JP. Easy play. Tossed over the first in time. And safe to say that this has been a pitcher's duel so far, as we got 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Yep, no offense again on both
either
teams.
side.
And speak of, we should take a look at the rankings of both offense rankings.
Probably not great.
Especially on both teams. Well, we're going to find out. So most runs scored. Mariners are 26th. And that's going to be a foul ball. Houston is actually at 29th. They are the second worst offense in baseball.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when most games you could barely even score 3 runs.
As we're looking at 0-1. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be just outside for a ball. Now 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul again. And just want to remind you guys, let me check how many subscribers I have left until the magic number of 2,500. I think I'm at 17 to go. I'm at 17 to go. And also, goal is $50 for donations. As we're looking at 1-2 for Jake Myers. He's been fighting it a little bit. 81 pitches for Gilbert already in the top of the fifth. Now there's the 1-2, and that's going to be low for a ball, 2-2. I know CJ has his fingers crossed right now. As we're looking at 2-2. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. Gets out of Cal Raleigh's glove. And we're looking at 3-2. Logan's been pitching. Half of his pitches have been fastballs. Getting close to the top of the lineup. So let's get out of this quickly. The 3-2. And strike 3 called. I thought it was going to be a walk, and that is going to be strike 3, strikeout number 6 for Logan Gilbert. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is still no score.
And also no hits.
I did not hear that. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. So much that I got to do this.
We got an order for a Hawaiian pizza.
While he makes that pizza, what's up, baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video. And start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
The only thing that is weird is how come with some players like Chris Taylor or Beltre before and after they left Seattle, they could hit here, they couldn't. Well, that's what happens when you have bad coaching. But they're always going to blame it on T-Mobile Park. And now the pitch to Luke Raley, and that is a swing and a miss. And also Chris Taylor didn't really get much opportunities with the Mariners either. He was literally stuck in their farm system. As we're looking at 0-1.
They just had him too early in his career.
Yeah, but he hit 48 homers the year before. It was
just he got better as his career went on.
Yeah, because someone fixed him up. Somewhere in Boston Texas is what turned it around.
Yeah, Texas was really what made him the Hall of Famer. He would have just been a Hall of Very Good.
Yeah, exactly. We're looking at 1-2. It's too bad that Beltre couldn't enjoy that Hall of Fame career part with the Seattle Mariners, as we're looking at 1-2, and now the pitch, and that is outside for a ball, 2-2. Well, the other thing that didn't really help also was the Mariners didn't really give him the best protection either.
Yeah,
like your catcher was at one point the 2-2. Now here's a ground ball right to the shortstop. Pena throw over the first in time. Your catcher at best was Kenji Jojima. He was okay. First baseman was Richie. Second base, Lopez, streaky guy. Shortstop, Unieski Betancourt, meh. Third base, Beltre. Right field, Ichiro. I guess center field Jeremy Reed and left field Raul Ibanez. So I mean the hitters were decent. It's just
not
I
the
don't
greatest
know.
protection.
But I think we'll take that kind of protection today's game.
Yeah.
Now the pitch. Also, Mariners were backed up by atrocious starting pitching and bullpen.
Well, and also quite literally, they failed his protection there because didn't he also take a baseball like right to the crotch?
Yeah, and he refused to wear a cup.
Yeah.
That's what killed his 2009 season very much, as we're looking at 0-2 on Rowdy. Already 0-2 for Rowdy Tellez.
Contributing to a really odd stat the Mariners, I don't think have anymore, but they used to actually have more ruptured testicles
than World Series, than playoffs, the pitch.
Yeah, than playoff appearances.
1-2 for Rowdy Tellez. One and two for Tellez. And now here's the pitch. And that is outside for a ball, 2-2. Mariners have one hit. Houston, well, I'll let you think. As we're looking at 2-2.
Accio hit, please.
And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 outs. I would say by the end of this month, I don't think Rowdy Tellez is going to be on this team. Dylan Moore is out to the plate. Great. Well, not like you're going to miss much anyway. While Josh will be back in moments as he's getting his dinner, Dylan Moore up to the plate. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that will get right through for a base hit. Goes right through Pena, and now we got a man on first base. And next batter is going to be Ryan Bliss. I don't know what to make of it, because Ryan Bliss doesn't really have much power. But Dylan Moore, he hit a nice grounder. Nice exit velocity. And now we got a man on first base. But I don't know what can really be done. If I were Dylan Moore, just steal the base, whatever you got to lose. Ryan Bliss up to the plate with 2 outs. And the throw over the first in time. And it looks like Dylan Moore did try to have a leadoff. He's trying to steal second. So maybe Wesneski knows that he's going to steal. I do think he should. So at least you can score with on the gap. With Dylan Moore's feet. And now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep left field. Is that going? And that is gone. That's a home run for Ryan Bliss. A 2-run home run. Mariners take the lead to make it 2-0. And that went right over the head of Yordan Alvarez. And the Mariners get on the board. And what a way to break the tie. Thanks to that single by Dylan Moore. And then a 2-run home run by Ryan Bliss. And he gets that trident. And he shoots it up into the sky. And Josh, I wish you were there to see it just so I could see your face. And now the Mariners have a 2-0 lead on a 2-run homer by Ryan Bliss.
Need to leave.
Maybe just go get some dinner. Maybe split up your dinners. Out of all people is Ryan Bliss.
Yeah. Hey, a blind squirrel finds a nut occasionally.
Kevin Kirby, I'm not gonna excuse that. And now the pitch. And that's a 0-1. Yeah, Ryan Bliss was due for a big hit. I didn't even think he was due because he's not even that great, but gets the home run. I'll take it. As we're looking at 0-2 for JP Crawford and the pitch. And low for a ball. Surprised he didn't swing at that one because they're very swing happy. And now it's going to be a 1-2. The unlikely hero, Ryan Bliss, can that carry through for the rest of this game? I don't know. And now the 1-2. And here's a ground ball right to Altuve. Throw over the first in time. But the Mariners got 2 runs off a 2-run homer by Ryan Bliss. And all I can say is, sucker!
Houston leads by 1 with 46 seconds left.
In the entire freaking game.
Yep, and
Oh my
those
gosh.
seconds are probably going to last a little bit.
Yeah, quite a bit for sure. A lot of fouls and a lot of timeouts going to happen, you would think.
So what you're saying, Kevin, is that it's because it's nighttime. That's why they're losing games.
Oh, what's that? What do I hear? Can you complete the sentence? What do I hear?
Excuses.
It is excuses. I'm not excusing that. I can't do it. So are we going to say the Mariners have sucked for the last 25 years because they play too many nights? No, I can't do day games because don't quit your day job gets in the way. So my live streaming career would be over pretty much.
Yep. It's just like, the Yankees fans from the 2022 ALCS. They lost the series and got swept by the Astros because the roof was open in Game 2. Despite the fact they play in a stadium with no roof.
Mm-hmm. And we are back from the break. And now we are looking at the first pitch, and here it is. Now here's a ground ball right to Dylan Moore to toss over the first, and that is in time. Toss the cross. As we are looking at one out so far, and Logan Gilbert is still on the mound. And now we are looking at Jose Altuve. And now here is the pitch. And that is inside for a ball.
Oh, yes, we twist your words.
And that's going to be foul ball. That's going to be strike one.
There's now 26 seconds left. Florida leads by 1.
Now we're looking at 1-1 for Jose Altuve. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to left field. Forget about that one. Randy Arozarena just looked at it, and now the no-hitter is over, and it was broken up by Jose Altuve to make it a one-run ball game, his third home run of the season. And now it's the Mariners 2 and the Astros 1. Yep, and he just had to flash it, did he?
Jose.
And that was absolutely blasted.
I happened to look up from eating my food.
Good thing that he hit that home run.
I'm all like, if we lose this game, if Altuve gets hits, I love that. Because I want him to get 3,000.
And that's going to be a ball. How close is he to the magic number of 3,000?
He actually just tied Edgar Martinez in hits with that homer.
Oh, wow. How fitting is that?
Yeah. And this is probably going to be it for Logan.
Yeah, after this inning, I think he's done after this. There's no way they're going to keep him on.
Well, part of the reason why he was still out there is because it was a no-hitter.
Yeah, it was brilliant pitching, but now that the no-hitter is over, I guess they don't really see much of an incentive to really do
sense.
It does, unfortunately, because he's at 90 pitches and no one goes above 100 anymore, not even let alone 90. And now Mariners really don't have much room for error as we're looking at 2-0. Jose Altuve is probably watching his highlights of that home run of himself. I don't know. I don't know what he looks at.
Who knows? Only Jose knows.
And now we are looking at next pitch. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike one. As we're looking at 2-1, and now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. That's going to be inside for a ball, 3-1 count. And I think if they walk, if he commits this walk, I think Logan's gone.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike two. If he does get the strikeout, I think Dan Wilson will let him finish it, which he should. As we got Yordan Alvarez, he is on deck. He'll have a chance to do damage.
And they definitely do not want to have Logan Gilbert face Yordan at this moment.
They don't. In the 3-2. And that's a liner and fouled. Looks like Houston's getting their bats on Logan Gilbert. So that's why I think that they are going to pull him out, especially he's on 94 pitches. And Houston really put work on him today.
Yep.
Now we're looking at the 3-2. And here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike three. That is strikeout number 7. And congratulations to our friend CJ. He got the 7 strikeouts that he needed to win his bet. And CJ, do I get any of the winnings through donations? Is that thing? Do we do that? No? Oh, okay.
No. That's way too simple.
It is too simple. And now we got big boy Yordan up to the plate. And if he does give up a hit, I think that's going to be it for Logan. He's at 95 pitches. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Yordan is looking at a 1-0 and the count and the pitch. That's going to be low for a ball, 2-0. It's making me a bit nervous, especially on a 2-0 count. Now the pitch, and that's going to be low for ball 3. And I do think that Logan's maybe just going to let Yordan take the base at this point. I don't really know, but it's not looking good. And now we are looking at the 3-0. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. And I think that's going to be it for Logan Gilbert. I think Dan Wilson has seen enough. Yep, Dan Wilson is coming out. He has seen enough. He felt that Logan did what he could. He pitched very well, 99 pitches. But the no-hitter was broken up by Jose Altuve. And it's only going to be a matter of time when they give him the standing ovation. And I do support it because he's tired. Look at him.
Yeah. Well, especially that last at-bat against Yordan. Nothing was getting close to the strike zone.
And he gets a standing ovation as he leaves the mound, and well-deserved. He pitched a beauty. But it just wasn't enough to end the inning. And hopefully whoever comes in will take care of business.
Oh, Florida is your national champion. That will probably piss my sister off, but I'm a double champion now because I had Florida winning the whole thing.
You did. Wonder who I had winning the whole thing.
It's the first time I've ever picked the champion.
I think I picked North Carolina a year before and I was right, but a long time ago. I haven't even looked at my bracket in a long time because I don't really pay that much attention. I got 4th place. I said Kentucky was going to win. All the others were like Duke.
I had Kentucky in the Final Four. They disappointed me.
Yeah,
Not as bad as Texas A&M. Texas A&M, I somehow had in the Final Four. Well, I can say that at least with these Final Four and the championship, it wasn't a dull game.
certainly wasn't. And now I want to see how my Thunderbirds are doing, the minor league hockey team. I watch a lot of different sports, and I feel like the older I get, I'm going to start watching more minor league sports.
What's next? You're going to watch the Seattle Sounders?
I couldn't even get into it.
I went to my first MLS game because my sister got free tickets to the Austin team. So
Right.
we went. It was fun. We froze our butts off. But
Now the pitch. And that's Trent Thornton. That's going to be low for a ball. And I don't like the idea. I was fine taking out Logan Gilbert, but not putting Trent Thornton in a high leverage situation because he is not a high leverage guy. I wouldn't trust him for that. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball. Now will be right to Ryan Bliss. Throw to first in time. And the Mariners get out of that inning going into the bottom of the sixth. No hitter was broken up by Jose Altuve. So the Mariners still need to come up with some runs. But the good news is, or shall I say the bad news is, J.P. Crawford should be up to bat, I think.
it's
I think
Julio Polanco and Randy.
That's right. Not looking forward to that. But I got some highlights to show you.
Bro.
That was what you call an immaculate 1-2-3 inning.
Astros with two of them in one game.
Uh-huh.
It's only been done the one time.
Pretty much.
No, what I find funny is like I went to my first MLS game. I've never watched the Dynamo, even though I love watching Houston sports. And it's not to say the Dynamo are bad. No, they've actually won twice.
Yeah. Oh, Dairy Queen, don't do this to me. Why do they torture me like this? And now we are back from the break. Here's Julio, and he hits a ground ball right to Altuve. He hustle. He's really got to... The guy never hustles, I swear.
The guy with Jose Altuve energy hit it to Jose Altuve.
Yeah, this is pathetic. And now we got one out already. And that was on the first swing, by the way. And now we've got Jorge Polanco in the pitch, and that is outside for a ball.
And actually, there was this weird thing that I noticed with Houston one time. If you were to take professional championships,
Uh-huh.
okay, and you were to take, like, say for NFL, you can also count AFL, and hockey you count.
Oh, here's a fly ball to left field, and Jordan barely had to run that.
That's why I got quiet, because I saw it go up.
Oh, Kevin Kirby, go Everett Silver tops. LOL.
But yeah, if you were to take all that, the weirdest thing is up until the Astros, every team in Houston had won the championship twice, and they were always back to back.
Now we got Randy Arozarena up to the plate. Now the pitch. And he reaches it for a lazy pop-up. That's going to be right to Altuve. And we're talking an easy 1-2-3 inning for the Astros. And we go to top of the 7th. It is still 2-1.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting some highlights for my semifinals game of last year's tournament. It's going to be quite a bit. We're talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clips.
But yeah, the Oilers won the first 2 AFL championships, and then it was the Arrows won the WHA 2 times. It's like 74, 75. And then you had the Rockets, and then you had the Dynamo, and then the Astros decided, well, they ran into the sign-stealing Boston Red Sox in 2018 and did not advance.
Well, got some clips up here. Let's look at this one. And we are back from the break. And there is a dog at the ballpark right now. But if you dog owners are having a dog at the game, wait, I think it is dog day today. So many dogs there. And that is going to be a strike. I have 2 dogs, and they used to fight each other when they were babies. They used to scream at each other. Here's Jeremy Pena, and now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Thornton is still on, which made sense because he pitched like how many pitches last time? I remember Scott Service would pull a guy after like 1 pitch. As we're looking at 0-2 for Jeremy Pena here in the top of the 7th inning. And now the pitch.
And it's an out. Line out to second baseman Ryan Bliss.
Lost myself for a moment. And there we are. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As we're looking at 0-1 in the pitch. And that's a ground ball foul. And the scary possibility is Jose Altuve could very much break Edgar Martinez's hit record.
Yeah.
In this game. It's at least going to happen tomorrow. So at least
it's at least going to happen during this series.
And I will be part of history.
And Altuve, actually, for how good his starting has been for hits, he might actually overtake Freddie Freeman again for active hits leader.
I wouldn't see why not, as we're looking at 1-2 on Caratini. And now the pitch. And that is up high for a ball. This is Caratini from Trent Thornton. 1 out so far. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Strike 3 called. And now we got 2 outs. Trent Thornton making quick work out of them. I would think the next pitcher after this is going to be... I don't think it's going to be Gregory Santos. I think it's probably going to be some
Bizardo.
If it's Bizardo, I'm rage quitting. And now we got Yainer Diaz, now the pitch. And that is going to be popped up and fouled. And now the next pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. 1-1. Now we're looking at 1-1. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. And you would think that the fans are going to get up on their feet, and they should, because they are on 2 strikes here in the top of the 7th inning. We got Trent Thornton. Now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. We will go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Let me get my Louie Louie song ready to go so I can sing the 7th inning stretch and Louie Louie. Let me get that powered up. All right. Here is Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. It would be a shame because Logan Gilbert was pitching well and Ryan Bliss hit a 2-run home run. 4, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball game. And now my other favorite part.
You're mute.
I love you. Oh no, Sam, we gotta go. Yeah, y'all say Louie. Oh, baby, we gotta go. A fine little girl is waiting for me. Got your ship across the sea. A ship all alone. And we are back from the break.
In the heart of Texas.
I want to move back to Texas. What's so great about dumb old Texas? What did you say? Oh, the Texas is dumb. Never use the name of Texas in vain. But why? Because you can't. Oh, looks like they got a new pitcher. And here is, I believe this is Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now the pitch. And check swing, did he go? He did not go, thankfully. And that's going to be strike 1. I'm sorry, ball 1.
Yeah, both these offenses have been pretty bad. The only one I see bouncing back from this
Pitch.
is honestly Houston.
Strike. Well, yeah, I see it too.
Because Houston has slow starts. Pretty much their whole run here, they've had a slow start in April.
And now the pitch. Oh, strike 2. As now we're looking at a 1-2. And now the pitch to Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. And that's going to be fly ball and fouled. He's working on a 1-2. He's 0 for 2. And Wesneski's still on the mound, by the way. The pitch, and that's going to be up high for a ball, 2-2. Wonder how much effects I've gotten out of the pitcher for the Astros. That's Wesneski. 4 strikeouts. I'll take it for one of your low-tier pitchers. He was on my fantasy team. And now we're looking at the 2-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be strikeout number 5 for Wesneski. And now we got 1 down. I'm getting killed by Jay Trident Podcast and Fantasy Baseball. He's beating me up real badly. And now we're looking at next pitch. That is to Luke Raley. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball popped up, and that's going to be Jose Altuve. And he makes the catch.
Oh, and Mr. Burger King's up.
Oh, great. Exactly what we need.
Donut Man.
The Donut Man, indeed. He's probably going to get another strikeout for my fantasy baseball team, which I guess I'll take that. And now we're looking at the 0-0 and the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field, and that is going to be caught by the center fielder. Great catch. I believe that was Jake Myers, and that will retire the side. An easy 1-2-3 inning for the Astros. We go to the top of the 8th inning, and this game has really been breezing along.
Myers, Dubon, and Altuve will try to overtake Edgar Martinez.
Yep, they will. And until then, I got to play a pizza ad. I'm going to play this one.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
While he makes that pizza, what's up, baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video and start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
Still on commercial break. They're showing a shower commercial, Old Spice. Oh, gotta catch up with these guys. We've got... It's funny that Mariners are striking out less this year, but their offense still looks worse. Yeah, that's true. That's pretty bad.
At least with strikeouts, you're actually trying to swing at it, typically.
Yeah. No more runs, please. I took the... That's cute. Seattle will explode. No, they won't. For another 6 runs off Houston's pen. I don't mind swinging at first pitches, but why waste a strike? Yeah. Gregory Santos up to the plate.
Altuve is the only one who can seemingly swing at the first pitch and actually make good contact.
And we'll see if we're going to get the record, if we're going to see history, which could happen either today or tomorrow. And second period between the Thunderbirds and the Tips, it is 0-0 so far still. Very competitive game. As we're looking at the pitch to Jake Myers, and it's up high for a ball.
Oh, it was close.
And now the 1-0. Oh, and a fly ball drilled to left field. Is that fair? Oh, that's foul.
Yeah, that was close.
That was really close.
Yeah.
My heart could not take that again. As we're looking at 1-1, it looks like Santos just isn't the same as he was when he was in Chicago. That concerns me a lot. Mariners gave up a heck of a price for him, too. Betting to hear the train because we hear that train when we're in the stadium. It's in Seattle. So you do add the background very well. And the 1-1. Now here's a liner, and that's going to get in there for a base hit. Now you got runner on first base, a tying run on first base. And now you got Dubon up to the plate, who has a chance to do some damage against Santos.
Honduran Army knife.
Dubon is 0 for 2 so far. Brilliant pitching by Logan Gilbert and Trent Thornton, but Santos is not looking good. And now we got a bunt attempt. And that's going to be low for a ball. And now the pitch. And a bunting attempt goes to first base. He will tag him out, but that's going to get the runner to second base.
Take that double play off.
Yep, but you know what I would do? Oh, but you can't really take the bat away from Altuve because you still have Paredes. But with my luck, Paredes is 0 for 3. So I think I would take the bat away from Altuve for 2 reasons. One, to take away his chance for the hit, but also to get someone that's 0 for 3 up and cause possibly a double play. And nope, they're going to still pitch to him. Not exactly sure if I would agree with it. Now the pitch. And that is right in there for a strike. That was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball by Gregory Santos. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. As we're looking at 1-1 for Santos and Altuve.
Whoa.
And now the pitch. And that's a wild pitch that gets away, and that's going to be a free bag to third base. And now you got more than the runner on scoring position.
And now you're going to have the infield come in.
And it makes you wonder, do you take the bat away from Jose Altuve and try to just get that double play? And that went right through Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't a pass ball then.
I know. As we're looking at 2-1.
Well, they're going to discuss it.
They're going to discuss it. I would say just take the bat away from Altuve and try to get your chance for a double play. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's my crazy self.
But then if you're someone like Paredes, you might just hit it hard, even if it's not going to be a hit.
And then you have Jordan up the plate.
Yeah, Jordan, you don't want to pitch that man.
Nope. Just like Robbie Ray should have intentionally walked Jordan, I guess. Or should have let Paul Sewald finish it.
Yeah.
As we're looking at 2-1, and now the pitch. And that is outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count. You have on deck dangerous hitters. You got Paredes.
Well, and you might actually get something really dangerous here, is because this is what happened in the Twins game. Is
now the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. You know, I was right.
Yeah.
Should have intentionally walked.
The issue is that Altuve was on first and he stole second. For some reason, they threw it to get him out. And Myers.
Wait, how ahead of you? You must be
MLB.com. That's why.
They've already spoiled it?
Well, no. That I was talking about the Twins game.
Oh, I was like, dude, how do you know this already?
Stole, and they threw it to second to get him out, and Myers took that opportunity to steal home.
Now here's Isaac Paredes up to the plate. Now the pitch, and that is outside for a ball, and Santos is struggling to find the strike zone. He is not pitching well at all.
Double play ticking home.
And now we're looking at 1-0. Now the pitch. And now that is still missing it for, and Altuve gets to second base. No throw. So after this, if you can't get Paredes out, you have Yordan Alvarez up after this. And you know what kind of damage that he can cause in this situation against the Mariners. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. And my prediction after this, regardless of the outcome, Dan Wilson is going to pull. He's going to pull Santos for a lefty, which is going to be Gabe Spire. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball, and that is going to be caught by Julio Rodriguez. Tagging at third is he. The throw to the plate, and no play was needed. So good hustling by Julio Rodriguez because he hardly ever hustles. But now you got Yordan Alvarez up to the plate, and I would still take the bat away from him. Looking up to see how he does against Gabe Spire. Yordan Alvarez versus Gabe Spire is... He bats 143 with one home run. It was in 2019. But in 24, he was 0 for 2. And yet they're still going to pitch. Oh, nope. I called it. I called it. They're going to bring in Gabe Spire to do the lefty-lefty matchup. And he probably paid attention to the stats that he only bats 143. He's only gotten one hit. But that one hit was a doozy off of Gabe Spire. That was a home run in 2019. And we'll be back after I not only go to the bathroom, but show off pizzas.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
While he makes that pizza, what's up baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video and start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
We're almost going to be back from the break, and we got Yordan Alvarez up to the plate. To say that I'm very nervous is an absolute understatement. Oh, and they didn't pull him out? Wait, what is going on?
They intentionally walked Yordan, and
oh, so they pulled out on Gabe Spire, I guess. Very weird. I don't know. But this is very dangerous. We got Christian Walker up to the plate, but he is 0 for 3, but he might break out, especially for my fantasy baseball team. In the pitch, outside, that nearly got away.
though the Astros have been pretty bad this early start of the season with runners, and the bases are loaded.
You're playing the Mariners. Oh no, I know that face. No spoilers next time. Don't do that. Now the 2-1.
I'll switch over to ESPN
and that
the
will
next
hit right
time.
through for a base hit. Run runner a score, and that's going to score in another run to make it 3-2. And the Astros do take the lead off a 2 RBI single by Christian Walker.
Honestly, I didn't think that was going to happen, but yeah, sorry about that. I'll probably switch it over to ESPN the next time because MLB.com, for some reason, is always ahead of the TV broadcast.
Way ahead.
And then I also have it on field view, so it's showing where the baseball is roughly.
Yeah, you just figured that. I mean, you know.
Where's the no animation? Because this is definitely that moment.
Oh, this is definitely that moment. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, that feels it.
Move.
Remember I made that short video when
that one was hilarious.
And now the pitch. And that is low for a ball.
Oh, one of my friends, he would do it as an April Fool's joke when I was in his Discord server. He would change it to a Mariners themed. And this year for April Fool's, I was all like, oh, I have the Mariners logo you can use. And I like hid the image, so you had to click on it to see what it was. It was the Astros logo.
Do you think, okay, let's say without a hindsight, without the scenario, would you have put in Gabe Spire to take on Jordan, or would you have still done the intentional walk?
Honestly, I still would have done the intentional walk for how the Astros have played, because there have been most of these games where they have had bases loaded and they often won or no outs, and yet no one gets across home. So,
yeah, Gabe Spire, he did not look happy when they pulled him back. They pushed him back.
Now, I could have done what I might have done is put Spire in and still walked Jordan.
And now the pitch. Yeah, probably still could have done that. You got to be kidding me. Sure, handed Demo Boots a routine ground ball, and that would have got Santos out. So it was...
Yeah.
Also, and now here's a ground ball right to Dylan Moore, throw over the first, and that is in time. But Astros get 2 runs in there, and now they lead 3-2. And I am so sad that I'm going to be playing my own softball highlights to reminisce.
Whoa. Ooh.
Yeah. It's also the fact Mariners don't have good defense, but there's a split.
Yeah, because they credited that as a fielding error.
There's also a split where they should have just pulled out Santos anyway, because he was looking terrible. And
he was not looking good.
Yeah, and Dan Wilson, as much as I hated Scott Service, he might actually be worse on bullpen decisions than. That's actually a lot to say.
Which is kind of weird, because weren't both of them catchers?
They were both catchers. Yeah, I don't think Dan Wilson's going to have that nostalgia shield any longer. If anything, his legacy might be tarnished because of his managing job. But you can't blame everything on Wilson. It's also on everything else, too.
Yeah.
But still, better decisions still should have been made.
So the Astros have put in the South African Taylor Scott in.
You mean Tanner Scott? Or is it a different Scott? Oh, that was Dodgers Tanner Scott. And now yours.
Yeah, I think he's like the only South African in the entire MLB right now.
We also have a South African that runs Doge.
Yeah.
As we got Dylan Moore looking at a 1-0 count. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball, 2-0. You know the Mariners are bad when you're excited that someone has an 0-2 count, a 2-0 count on him.
Yeah.
And now the 2-0 and a swing and a miss. And the sad thing is, yeah, as much as fans will remember Dan Wilson for his great catching career, he may be remembered for being a terrible manager, which he's already shown, which it hurts me to say it. It really does. Like, I love Dan, but he's not doing a good job right now.
Well, managing is a different beast, which we'll see how Albert Pujols does with it, because he wants to manage a team, which I think he could do it.
As we got a foul ball from Dylan Moore, and that's going to be a 2-2. Biggest thing I miss about Albert Pujols was his home run walking posture. He hits it, he's like, yeah, that's gone.
And then him breaking poor Bradledge.
Yep. 2-2. And now the pitch. Check swing, did he go? He did not.
So silent when he was rounding the bases after he hit that home run.
Ryan Bliss is going to be pulled for Miles Mastroboni, which I don't agree with at all. But they're going with the righty-lefty matchup, which I don't agree with at all. As we're going for a 3-2 in the pitch. Here's a ground ball.
You had to be made fun of in school with that name.
Yeah. If he was a kid born in as a Z and an alpha, oh yeah, he's made fun of. I think he got away with it when he was in elementary, but then when high school happened, it started creeping on him.
Oh, high school would have been a nightmare. And if he went to college, that would be even worse.
But if he was born today, he'd be screwed. He's screwed day one. Poor guy with the last name like that. Yeah. Now it's become the butt of jokes. And now we're looking at 3-2. And now the pitch. And that is ball 4, take your base. Now you got the tying run at first base. Remember Major League? What do you call that? What do you call that garbage? The eliminator. You get a piece of it. I'll let you name it. I'd call it the you-know-what-abater. So at least they were ahead of their time on the joke.
Taylor Scott, this would have been a quick inning. This season, he's had a rough start.
And we're looking at Miles Mastroboni. Nothing to be excited about.
Woo!
Oh, here's what was going on. Here was Dan Wilson. I think he was asking Gregory Santos. He's like, can you take him? We'll do the intentional walk. And Dan Wilson, like, second guessed on his decision, which you can't really do that in baseball.
Yeah.
And then he told Gabe Spire to turn around, and I would imagine that Gabe Spire was upset. Now here's Miles Mastroboni batting 286, the pitch, and that is a ball. But you know that 286 average is not going to last. Miles Mastroboni batting 286. 9 pitches for Scott so far. Mariners really have a chance to at least tie the game, if not better, get the lead. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. 2-0. Let's keep this going.
Wish we had the ABS in there.
And Gabe Spire, he's looking visibly upset. I would be too. Especially when you second guess your decision. And we're looking at the 2-0. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. Throw to second and not in time. Stolen base for Dylan Moore. And with a 3-0 count.
I'm just kind of surprised they didn't go with Brian Abreu here. That's just kind of a weird decision to go with Taylor Scott.
Think I would bunt on this one. When you're at a 3-0 count, you don't really have as much to lose. You have J.P. Crawford up on the plate coming up. I wonder if he's going to bunt. Except Dan Wilson's not really telling him to bunt. Now the 3-0, they won't. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. Never mind. But you are risking a double play. And now here's J.P.
I'm just
Crawford.
like, Espada, what were you doing? Why are you putting in Taylor Scott?
I'll take it. Maybe this game could be the battle of the idiots as
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not Josh Hader. Nope. But there's also Abreu. And you would think that Houston's going to pull him out quickly.
Well, yeah, I'm all like, you should have gone with Abreu in the first place. Taylor Scott is kind of the person you put in when, the game is not this close.
Looks like it's just
earlier
coach,
innings.
He's not making a decision yet.
Yeah.
Yep, and JP can bunt, but does JP know how to bunt? He does not.
Or he could bunt, but do a really bad bunt.
Yeah, bad bunt means you pop it up.
Pop it up right to Jeremy Pena.
That actually doesn't sound that bad.
Well, I'm all like, I was saying that because you might actually get like a double play there.
Did you know that Ichiro hit a home run off of a bunt before in 2009?
It's not surprising.
It's a joke. It was an edited YouTube video.
But, honestly,
it looked convincing.
It would be
the
something,
pitch.
I could
JP is flashing the butt, and that's going to be a strike, but he pulled it back. It shows he doesn't know how to bunt. As we're looking at 0-1.
I'm just all like, I wouldn't even bother taking a swing for how Taylor Scott's been playing.
Yeah, but he got a strike in there. So maybe that talk may have helped. And now the pitch is going to, it pulls back, and that's going to be a ball one. Julio Rodriguez is on deck. So there is opportunities. You got Julio, Polanco, and a Rosarena. If Crawford, at least one of them will be up as we're looking at 1-1. And now the pitch, we're looking at a bunt. Nope, pulls back again. It's going to be 2-1. And I'm going to say this. If Crawford doesn't get an out recorded against him, Scott is out for sure. Because then you're going up against Julio as we're looking at a 2-1 on JP Crawford, who is 0 for 2, 15 pitches in for Scott. 6 seconds left on the clock, and now the pitch, the bunting attempt, and that is a beauty going to third base and the throw to first in time, but that was a beautiful sacrifice bunt by JP Crawford, and now Julio, he just has to hit one somewhere, anywhere in the gap.
I think they're blowing Scott.
Yeah, I would too. If I'm objectively speaking, you have to.
Espada, what were you doing there? That was stupid.
But that was a great bunt by JP.
And then watch Julio swing at every pitch outside the strike zone.
Yeah, he'll strike out. Yeah. And yep, they have seen enough. And now it's going to be, next pitcher is going to be, I think it's going to be Abreu.
Not surprising there.
Now I'm just waiting what his scouting report is and how he's doing this season. And I just burned through all my softball videos. So let's play some pizza to relieve some stress.
We just got an order.
While he makes that pizza, what's up, baseball fans and pizza lovers? In celebration of the start of the baseball season, we've got a home run of a deal for you. We're offering 50% off all menu items on Mondays and Tuesdays and 25% off bowling. Don't strike out on this amazing deal. Check out our menu in the description of this video and start ordering now. Delivery is also welcome. This offer goes through April.
Well, that's great luck. Spencer Arangetti is out with a thumb injury because he took a line drive while practicing today. Fun.
My level of nervousness cannot be overstated.
Mine too, but for completely different reasons.
But we got Julio who strikes out like no other. He hasn't even gotten a hit.
In this, please.
Oh, well, you're not going to get a double play because unless he does something stupid.
He hits it in a weird area that it causes it.
3-2. We're back from the break. Crazy to think that Astros are leading the Mariners off of just 2 hits. Now we got Brian Abreu, 4 games in, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, but 4 walks. Yeah. Still, the odds don't look very good, which is why they made that decision. And now here's Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. He is 0 for 3. Needs to be the hero. And now the
3 of
pitch.
those 4 walks
And
were
a
in one
swing and
game.
a miss. Big swing and a miss. And that is a strike. That was literally a fastball where he should be able to hit that, and he still whiffed at it. Crazy to think that Julio can't even hit a fastball.
Got the hitting hips.
He's trying to hit a home run. That's what he's doing. So he's abandoning the small ball as we're looking at the 0-1 and now the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. And I really thought he was going to swing at that one. And that's going to be a 1-1. Career versus Brian Abreu, 1 for 8, which is why they made that decision, which makes a whole lot of sense as we're looking at 1-1 on Julio Rodriguez. And now the pitch. Check swing. He did not go. It's going to be 2-1. Abreu, although he's not given up a run quite yet, he has walked quite a bit, which is close to his strikeout numbers.
Yeah.
We're looking at 2-1 so far. Rodriguez 0 for 3 needs to be the hero. And now we are looking at the 2-1. Now here's a liner, and that is fouled. And usually when Mariners hit a foul ball like that, it's a backbreaker, and they're usually going to strike out after that. I want to find out the statistic for that. He had a nice exit velo, but it was way foul.
Yeah, he hooked it way.
And now we're looking at 2-2. If he strikes out, I'm not going to be surprised. And we're looking at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3.
Well,
and now we got
your
2
best
outs.
hitter then.
Oh my goodness. Did I just see that? Like, Julio is just disgustingly bad. He struck out on a fastball. To be fair, it was a 99-mile-an-hour fastball on Abreu's beast, but still. Okay, here, I gotta do this. Yeah, Julio is really, really bad. And now we got Polanco. And imagine if Julio doesn't hit those home runs, because he has 3 of those. And now we got Polanco.
God awful.
It would be, and it should be.
Well,
and now here's the pitch to Polanco, and that is low for a ball. The thing is, Julio didn't even have to hit a home run. He just could have hit one in the gap and just get the 2 runners in because they have plenty of speed with Master Boney and more. But Julio's like, no, I got to be the hero, man, as we're looking at 1-0. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. He got him on a changeup, and that's going to be 1-1.
Hey, you're actually ahead of me now.
Yeah, I'm glad I am. And now we're looking at 1-1. Mariners are in danger of completely blowing this. The pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. 2-1. You had your response out at 1 strike by 1 strike, huh? And now we're looking at 2-1. Mariners have got to figure this out. And now the 2-1 pitch. And now here's a ground ball. And that will get right through for a base hit. Mariners going to score. And Miles Mastrobuoni, he's also going to score. And the Mariners have taken a 4-3 lead off a 2 RBI single by Jorge Polanco. Woo! Mariners really needed that. And we needed a hero. And who is it? Jorge Polanco.
Yeah. That was a spot of being really stupid. Why did you not start with Abreu in the first place?
Oh. Master Boney, you know that he was going to go for that.
Yeah.
And that leaves a good position for Andres Munoz. But the thing is, still need more runs because I don't think a 1-run lead is going to be enough.
It probably will be. For how the Astros have been playing, 1 run could actually be all
you have Caratini, Diaz, and Jake Myers going to be up to the plate.
And only Myers has gotten a hit out of that. So that should be a easy 1-2-3 there.
Yeah, I would hope so. And now the pitch to Polanco, not Polanco, that is Arozarena, and that is going to be outside for a ball. Yes, Polanco has been the most surprising player. And now we got Andres Munoz warming up in the bullpen. He is going to be the closer. And now the pitch, low for a ball, 2-0. And now we're seeing Abreu struggling as well. He did get Rodriguez out, but
it's Julio.
Yeah, it's freaking Julio. The best baseball player when he wants to be. As we're looking at 2-0 for Randy Arozarena, and now the pitch. And that is outside for a ball that nearly got away. Now it's a 3-0. I don't know. I'm kind of a red light because I don't trust Arozarena. He is 1 for 3, so maybe go for green light. And now we're looking at 3-0. And now the pitch. And that is right in there. Why did Randy Arozarena think that was a ball 4? Like, he was literally just trying to walk. I was like, wait, what? Pathetic. As we're looking at 3-1. Bottom of the 8th. Mariners lead 4-3. And now the pitch. And here is a stolen base attempt and the throw to second. Not in time. And now we're stuck on a 3-2 count. And CJ says Polanco will suck. Well, he still can. Sure, he's off to a good start, but can he keep it up? I don't know.
Well, and it's also kind of bad that he's been your best player, but he doesn't even have the highest WAR on your team. That's kind of the sad part about it. Somehow,
3-2, the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right field, but not deep enough, and that's going to retire the side. But the Mariners get 2 runs in there by Jorge Polanco. We're going into the top of the 9th inning. It is 4-3 Mariners, and what do I do? Praying his knees last through May. Good one. Because his knees may not last at all. Ugh. Can't believe what I just saw.
Mm-hmm. It's not surprising, though. I'm all like, Espada, what were you doing there? That was not the moment to put Taylor Scott out there.
But I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, the top of the 9th, I would think that the batters are going to be Caratini. It's going to be Caratini, Yainer Diaz, and Jake Myers. But if they can get on base, that will set it up for Jose Altuve.
Honestly, looking for how some of these guys have been playing, especially Diaz, I could see this just being 1, 2, 3 really quick.
I don't know. But yeah, there's a chance because Andres Munoz is nearly unstoppable at home. Bro, I'm literally shocked when the Mariners score a run. Yeah, we all are.
Well, and also another reason why I think this might be a quick 1, 2, 3 is the Astros, I think. Has it been 2 times where they've actually scored more than 3 runs in a game?
Yeah,
that's the sad thing.
They could very much in this game.
They could, but honestly,
they're really pushing those
feel it right now.
They're really pushing that Ichiro bat collection for his Hall of Fame. But hey, get some Jack in the Box too. All right, Jack in the Box, McDonald's or Burger King?
It'd be Jack in the Box.
Yeah, you can never. I don't think anyone should rank McDonald's anywhere. And every time I see the drive-thru, it's always packed. It's like, why? Just go to like Jack in the Box and Burger King, smaller lines and way better food. McDonald's is gross. Now the pitch, and that is a ball. We're at the top of the 9th. Andres Munoz is up on the mound. He has been perfect in save opportunities, 3 for 3 in 4 innings pitched, and the pitch, and that is a strike. So yeah, definitely not McDonald's. McDonald's is disgusting. The worst part of their fries, they're highly addictive, but they don't fill you at all. And then when I tried these other French fries at some food truck, it filled me up, and I was like, yep, I'm done. And it's not genetically modified either. As we're looking at 1-1 for Victor Caratini, the pitch, and that is going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be a 1-2 count on Victor Caratini. Top of the 9th, Mariners are leading 4-3. And now the pitch. And now here's a ground ball And that's a diving effort by Crawford. The throw over the first, and that is in time. A great diving stop by J.P. Crawford, saving a base hit. And now there's one out.
No surprise there.
We got a debate: In-N-Out, Carl's Jr., or Chick-fil-A?
Do Chick-fil-A.
In-N-Out. Except their fries
I'm
are
all
massive
like the In-N-Out
disappointment.
that I had. Their fries tasted like cardboard.
They did. They just had to screw. Fruit truck is always. Yep, Paul Hahn is correct. Paul Young is correct.
Yeah.
It is food truck. Always go to food
Or
truck.
no, dives.
Dives, I guess. And a guy swing and a miss. And that is strike one to Yainer Diaz, who's on my fantasy baseball team.
And
so if he does hit a home,
god awful.
He has been. Good thing I drafted him. The pitch. And that is 0-2 on a 91 splitter. He's struck out twice already.
Yeah. I think he's gotten 1 or 2 hits this entire season.
0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on a nasty splitter. And that is 2 outs. Fans are going up on their feet. 1 out away from the Mariners, pulling off a come-from-behind victory. Carl's Jr., Western Bacon. You can't go wrong with that. But I would say that In-N-Out has the best burgers, but the worst fries out of the 3.
Yeah.
But their burger somewhat makes up for it. And now the pitch to Myers. And that is going to be low for a ball. Last chance for the Astros. Fans up on their feet. Jorge Polanco was the hero so far for this game. Also had Ryan Bliss with a 2-run homer. The pitch. And that's going to be a ball. I think fans really wanted that to be a strike because umpire had leeway.
Bad.
Nice. Game's not over yet.
But yeah, this ump is
2-0 and the pitch. And that's going to be a 3-0 count on Jake Myers. And if you're not careful, you're going to have Jose Altuve up on deck.
No, one more. Dubon.
No, I know. If you walk him after this, then you have Jose Altuve up on deck. And now we're looking at 3-0, the pitch, and that is a strike. If you really care about Thunderbirds, 15 minutes left in the game, and it's still 0-0. Popeyes or Chick-fil-A? Popeyes.
Oh, yeah, Popeyes.
3-1. And that is a foul on a check swing. It's going to be 3-2.
There we go.
Full count, 3-2, top of the 9th inning, down to the final strike. And now, here is the 3-2 pitch, and here's a ground ball right to the second baseman, throw to the first, and the ball game is over. The Mariners win on a come-from-behind effort against the Houston Astros. And all I can say for you, Josh, Astro boy, sucker!
Well, I'm just all like, that was a spot of being a dumbass.
Yeah, by the bad bullpen decisions.
Well, you go with, like, you have your 8th and 9th guy. That's literally why you have Abreu and Hader. Why are you doing Taylor, Scott?
They wasted it.
Yeah.
But I will take it because at least the Astros made up for Dan Wilson's decisions, which I thought was worse.
Yeah. Espada just said, hold my beer. I'll make it even
I'll make it even better. So, yeah, quick summary of the game. It was Logan Gilbert who pitched very well. He should have got the win, but, Mariners bullpen. Logan Gilbert pitched 5-2, 7 strikeouts and 2 walks. Then it was followed up by Trent Thornton, who dominated with 2 strikeouts. Gregory Santos, 2 walks, ouch, and a hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was terrible, but Andres Munoz made up for it with the save. And then we got, for the batting, Julio Rodriguez was atrocious, 0-for-4. Jorge Polanco, 1-for-4. Randy Arozarena, 1-for-4. Ugh. But Polanco, his 1-for-4 was huge. Cal Raleigh, 0-for-3. Luke Raley, 0-for-3. Rowdy Tellez, 0-for-3.
Win. Lol.
Yeah, I would not credit that. Give it to Logan Gilbert.
Well,
Dylan
or
Moore,
at least give it to Munoz.
No, but it's at the save. Unless you can do
Yeah,
double,
well.
but I don't think you can. And then Ryan Bliss 1-for-2 with a home run. Master Boney with the walk and scored. J.P. Crawford 0-for-2. He did get a sacrifice bunt, though. And then for the Astros, 1 for 3 was Altuve. Paredes was 0 for 4. Alvarez 0 for 1. Wow, look at all those 0 for stuff. 0
Well,
for
yeah,
4, 0 for
there
4,
was
0
a
for
lot.
4
It was an offensive struggle. We
on
had a
both
grand
teams.
total of 6 hits for both teams.
Yeah. And TK makes a great point. We better win. Walter versus Wisniewski. Yeah, of course. And now let's look at preview for tomorrow's game, if we shall.
One of the
I wonder.
Castillos. And then the other game is the other Castillo.
Oh no, we have the other Castillo. Oh, great.
Yep. At first I was confused. I thought it was a glitch.
And it was also that his horse's name is Friday joke came to play.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Framber Valdez against Castillo. I expect that to be a tough matchup. And on Wednesday, it's going to be Brown against undecided, probably Castillo. Who knows?
On the Astros website, it said Castillo for that one. And on MLB.com, they say the top performers for this game were Logan Gilbert with 5 2/3 innings pitched, Wisniewski with 7 innings pitched, and Jose Altuve.
And Jose Altuve, before we go, he has an opportunity. It's probably going to happen by tomorrow where he will get the hits record to surpass Edgar Martinez. And I hope it happens tomorrow because I won't be there for the game on Wednesday because hashtag don't quit your day job. But that is actually going to do it. Thank you, Josh, for coming in as an Astros fan. Makes it much more fun when we have a rivalry. And your 45 and your 45's hat, got to salute to that.
Yep. And my lovely uniforms.
The lovely uniforms. And my only lovely uniform is that Rodriguez shirt right there.
This one also has the lovely non-press-on patch. It's an actual patch.
Yeah, that's great.
Unfortunately for, the Rangers fans, you got a press-on patch when you got this.
Well, hate to say it, it's time to go. Got to get some sleep. And Josh, have a good night. Thanks for coming in. And everyone else that were engaged with the chats, thank you for being here. And everyone, see you tomorrow.